Like, you don't have to put on or try to be somebody else or whatever you think I may like or whatever somebody else may like. Just be your authentic self.
It's some worse. And I was like, let me hurry up and get out of this store. Oh, this bitch get arrested naked. I'm like, girl, it's not that serious.
I'm an added swimmer myself. No?
You are?
I'm sorry now.
You are?
Huh?
I thought you didn't know how to swim.
I said I'm not. I know how to swim for my own benefit.
Like I'm in quicksand and I'm like, Daddy, I love you. I want to be this close. I don't want to go yet.
I think people try to kind of be what they think you need, and it's not really that, or try to operate in a space that feel like they're being an ally, but they're not really being an ally. I tell people this all the time. It's like at work, especially when you're a new person at work.
I wish we could be a bit more unified in some of our approaches to how we try to address inequalities or negativity that's directed towards the community.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Off Topic Podcast. I'm Mario, and I got with me Mr. Hayward tonight.
What's up, y'all?
So it's just he and I tonight. We're going to hold it down. Well, we have a third guest here. She don't want to be still. We got little Miss Remy here.
Look at Remy. Hey, Remy.
Say hi to the people.
Remy.
She's a little shy. She don't like to be on camera. Ain't that Riley's probably going crazy because she's up here and he's probably wondering where she's at. Or maybe not. Could be.
I was gonna say, how long is it gonna take for him to make it up there?
I don't. Yeah, you know, he's not a stair climber as much as she is because I guess he's scared to go down the stairs.
Oh, really?
If he don't see a clear path of getting back down there, he won't come up.
Oh, really?
And if he does come up, like if I'm walking up here and he's with me, he'll stand at the top of the steps when it's time to go down, waiting for me to pick him up to take him down. I don't know. Maybe his perception is off a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Like that, but yeah, he's not adventurous like that. He ain't.
Oh, wow.
Now she, on the other hand, look at her, she's with all of it. Like she's decided to sit down and be quiet now. So
good.
We'll see. Anyway, how's your week been?
The week has been good. It's been a good week so far. It's been a little quiet, I guess, with the holidays. Everything has been kind of cool at work. So it's provided me an opportunity to, just kind of chill a little bit, kind of like settle into the new gig still and get more acclimated, having time and not feeling like I'm rushed to do like different things. So it's been good. It's been good.
So you are getting more comfortable in the new role, and
I am. I think I may have mentioned that we have a newer team member who just joined. So she's a senior manager in the space, and she's really cool. So it's been really good. Like I feel like our team works really well together. So that's good. I'm grateful for that. And it's just very helpful in me, like getting to learn everything and just knowing that I have them there to support me has been really great.
Good.
Yep.
Well, look at you moving on up like the.
I know. I'm trying to.
Listen, was this on your vision board?
Vision board. You know what? I've actually never done a vision board. Maybe I should try that next year.
Really?
I haven't. But there are things that I've like said that I want to do next year, and not making them like New Year's resolutions, but just goals that I want to achieve, and just kind of like making sure I stick to them and do those things, like, and really, really make things happen.
Yeah, so like a manifestation.
Manifestation, yeah.
Because I know Sherry Shepherd's big on that. That was her. I think for this season, her manifestation was for her and her crew to think bigger. So that's what they are always saying, stuff like that. So, and she said that she's manifested that she would one day have her own talk show, and she spoke it, and so now she's spoken to existence. Here she is today. So
And I'm a firm believer of that. I think just even with in prayer and everything, like I think words do extremely have power. So it's important to speak those things that you want. Because I think oftentimes we're afraid of the bigger and the unknown. So it's like scary to say, oh, okay, I want this, but then like I'm not really ready for it. So like let me not say it yet, you know.
that's true. That's true. Well, look at you walking into your season. So obviously, you know, God saw fit that and said that you were ready, and so you walking into it. Yeah.
So how has your week been?
It hasn't been so bad. It hasn't been so bad. It hasn't been as busy as I thought it would be, honestly. It's, you know, because I thought it was going to be really, really crazy. So it's not been that crazy. I don't know if people saving their money or what have you, trying to prepare for the new economy and everything. But it hasn't. But that can't be true, because when I listen to some of the reports, they're saying that, you know, I guess people are.
It's supposed to be like one of the like they're supposed to hit a record, not a record, but I think it's supposed to be higher than it's been, right?
Well, they said that for like was it Black Friday? They said that it was.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, so I don't know, but yeah, it's been pretty cool. It's been cool. It's hard to believe that we got 2 weeks left. 1, 2,
or like 3. It's like roughly 3
for the end of the year.
Yeah, just about 3.
Yeah,
because what's today? The 12th, so 19. Yeah, a little under 3. A little under
3. Yeah, so years flown by now. I guess the holidays come quicker with Thanksgiving being a week later this year. So everything's just moving.
I mean, and if you're not ready, you got to get ready. So
get ready. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That is what I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
All right, let's go and get into it.
Today I'm announcing a 3-count indictment charging 3 brothers, Alone Alexander, Oren Alexander, and Tal Alexander, with sex trafficking offenses. The indictment alleges that between at least 2010 and at least 2021, the Alexander brothers worked together and with others repeatedly and violently drug, sexually assault, and rape dozens of female victims. The defendants used their wealth and positions to create and facilitate opportunities to sexually assault women. In particular, Oren and Tal Alexander allegedly used their prominent positions in the real estate industry to induce women to come to events and parties.
No, you're not going to start that. This seems to be the growing trend.
I was going to say, is this just a thing? And I don't think this is new. Like, I feel like those types of things probably have been happening, but, you know, maybe a lot of them are being brought to the light. And all of that, but maybe some of them are newer instances. So it's like, what is that about? Like, why do you feel the need to have to drug somebody? You know, like, is it
power? Maybe it's that. Well, but you would think, you want to be sober, so then you would probably exert more of a sense of power.
But maybe it's more so exerting power over people who otherwise they wouldn't have that opportunity. You know what I mean? So like, but because I heard a little bit about this story, so I haven't done a full like deep dive into it, but they're like, they are part of a company or something like that.
But they got money.
They have money, right? So it's like, but also money doesn't equate like everyone wanting you either. Like,
dude, you listen here. You ain't seen these men out here that ain't nothing to look at. However, they got these baddies.
Yeah, it's true. But maybe whatever they were looking for, they still weren't going. But I don't know. I hate that though. I hate that's like a growing trend. It's crazy.
I think ever since the Me Too movement. So to your point, now that you say that, it became more to light with the Me Too movement, and so it's been going on for years and years. Because think about how long ago it was that Bill Cosby was doing stuff like that. But now it's like everywhere you turn, there's something. So I don't know. It's really unfortunate. It's really sad.
It is.
And then I wonder, like, sometimes what goes into people's mind, not by no means to victim shame or anything like that, but like what goes into your mind, like when you're going into these settings, like, is it like, am I uncomfortable, uncomfortable, or are they creating these atmospheres of they're creating a scene for you to feel comfortable, and then they come in and just hit you with it and stuff like that. And then, I don't know, how are you to feel? I mean, like, to have to rape somebody and drug them to get it? I mean, is that really
that in itself? It makes you question like morality and just like just simple human decency. It's like you don't have that, people have no regard for human life, kind of like we were talking about that maybe a few episodes ago. But it's crazy. Like, how can you, like the fact that people don't think of things, like, I get it, we're all guilty of, you know, maybe doing things that we probably, you know, otherwise wouldn't have done or whatever. But I just can't imagine doing like something so heinous or, you know, it just feels so, I don't know, just out of bounds. And it's scary to think there are people out here just
doing this willy-nilly.
Yeah,
no
like
problem and no conscience about it. So
at all.
I guess I hope it comes to a stop.
Yeah,
it's reaching halt this and third.
Right, we hope, but we'll see. I was gonna say maybe. Yeah, I was gonna say something about 40. What is he? 47. So I was gonna say something about him, but I changed my mind. So never mind.
Let that go. Let it go. Ain't that it, Lord? Well, let's take a look at this next story.
All right.
An Uber ride on the South Side, Chicago.
I've been in the hood 1,000 times, so no big deal.
But he had no idea that the woman he picked up was in trouble.
No, you finna shoot up the car.
Shoot up the car?
Yeah.
What the?
Her ex-boyfriend went rat-tat-tat on his car.
That was the beginning of a frantic 15 minutes.
A TSR exclusive, that Uber driver telling his story only to the Shade Room.
Kind of panicked. I didn't know what to do.
The chaos didn't stop there. What happened when they thought they got away, and why the safety of Uber drivers are now in question. I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates. John Williams has been an Uber driver for about 2 years now, and the goal has always been for him to make enough money to open up his own trucking company. But he was almost robbed of that dream and his life after he took an Uber ride in the south side of Chicago, Garfield Park. The passenger's name was Diamond.
Okay, you know, I love my city, right? But I have to first be, even before I get to that, like, I can't take Justin seriously because rat-tat-tat, like, what is that?
Listen, Justin is auditioning to be on what is that? What is that?
WFAA, or I don't know where he's you know.
What is that show? But anyway, he's auditioning to be try to be taken seriously. I know he wants to be that whole voice on. But that's interesting. But it's crazy though. No, that's crazy. But I do blame Diamond, because how you gonna get in an Uber and not like, or okay, I understand. No, I don't understand, because I was gonna say, I guess she was just trying to get away, but that's not a quick getaway, because you have to like wait on an Uber and all these other things. Why not just call the police? Like, that would be. Yeah, I guess now that you put it that way, because in my mind I was thinking the Uber was there, maybe you caused a little commotion, or maybe things got heated. The Uber pulled up, then because it's not, to your point, it's not like a cab that you out there talking about,
you just hailing the cab, right?
Yeah. So to your point,
or even you know, like, secure the Uber, but also call 911 and let them know what's going on, and then like let the Uber driver at least know like what's happening. Drive me to the police station, like something.
To your point, she sure didn't. I don't think it never seen no.
Yeah, she looked like she was just chilling. Like there was no. She didn't look like she was in danger.
That phone to call 911.
Right.
Why the driver didn't call 911?
Right. Why he it's so many like holes in the story.
A lot of holes in the story. Because if that was me, the Uber driver, man, you're gonna have to get out of here
immediately. Sorry, this show stop.
Right. Don't bring this to my front door. Listen, I can't do this. Listen.
Yeah. It's getting too crazy. I did Uber. I drove for Uber probably maybe a few months, maybe 8 years ago now.
In Chicago?
In Chicago, yeah. Never had any issues. Never.
No, I'm not. I mean, I don't mean to say
you are. You being like those people. You being
because I remember this was hot and heavy. Like I think it was last year when I was there, but they were. It was like on the radio. Maybe it was when last year before last, something like. But it was like on the radio how it was so scary because they were saying like people would get Uber rides, and then
like
get in there and rob the people or steal their cars and stuff like that.
I mean, I think I heard about that. I think all of that happened after I left Chicago. Like, so this was pre all of that. So I don't know, but I'm just saying I don't know what.
Okay, it was all. It
but
was
also I feel like that's
rainbows and puppy dogs, and then after
also,
when you leave 2020, 2018, 2019,
2017.
2017, everything. Yes, God.
Also, I mean, I feel like I think that was the fear of like Ubers initially, right? People were like, "Oh, we don't know what's gonna happen," but also you don't know, like just from a regular taxi cab either. Like, granted, like because there are systems in place, like if you sign up for Uber or whatever, what's the other one, Lyft, but you have to provide your profile, your information. So it's like they have information available, so it's not like you can just, I don't know. It's
yeah.
I know it's an interesting thing, but
very much so.
Yeah,
very much so. But I wish Justin all the best on his new career.
I hope he's gone to
journalism. I hope he make it because he got the whole setup for a real news show. And I mean, not to say
TSR.
Yeah, I'm not to say it's not a real news outlet, but
I mean, it is because these are there's media. People get media or their news from everywhere. So many media sources.
That is true. I know. I get many of my stories from the Shade Room.
Oh, I'm sure.
Ain't that it? We'll keep on this in this mode of newsworthy stories.
Counsel, what message are you worried this verdict sends?
That we don't value everyone. It's clear that no one is saying Daniel Penny was wrong for stepping in, and I think that's the misnomer that people have. It was over 30 seconds. Within 15 seconds after Jordan Neely got on the train, Daniel Penny came up from behind him. People said they were afraid. He took him down in a chokehold. 10 seconds later, the train comes to the next stop. Everybody gets off. We're not saying anything about that. We're talking about 2 minutes later, 3 minutes later, 4 minutes later, 5 minutes later, up to 6 minutes when Daniel Penny is still choking Jordan Neely to death. And people are saying, let his neck go, you're going to kill him. You see the video of somebody holding Jordan's hands. That person came up to Daniel and said, I'm going to grab his hands so you can let his neck go. When I grab his hands, let his neck go, and he didn't do that. That's where we're saying Daniel Penny took it too far. It doesn't matter if he was homeless, if he had a mental illness, he still had value. And Daniel Penny did not have the right to go that far and take his life. That's the entire argument.
What are your thoughts on this case?
It's true. I think Neely is the one who choked him. Yes, or
no, Neely's the one that got.
Neely's the one who died. Neely's the one who died. Okay, okay. So I do think Neely was a victim. It's those things. Those situations are always toucy, right? Because I feel like for me, having grown up in Chicago, like a large metropolitan city that has like subways as well, and albeit it's different because New York subway is like totally different, but I feel like it's even like that much more different because people are used to it. The same way like in Chicago, you have unhoused people that get on the trains all the time and they're just there begging or whatever, and people choose to ignore, or some people engage, whatever. Same with New York. I feel like it's second nature for them. So I would be curious to know how he was acting that, created this fear for so many people. You know what I mean? Because I feel like oftentimes, like I said, when the people get on the trains, like they just get on begging or doing whatever they're doing, or sometimes talking to themselves, yelling or whatever. And it's just like, you just turn your headphones on and just go on about your business and don't engage with them. So like, I'm wondering if he made a motion to someone to like that where they felt threatened or, whatever it is. There's never a justification for killing anyone. And I don't think it was the other young man's intent to kill him either. But it's like, at what point did you still feel threatened? Like, was he like trying to get away while you were holding him? You know what I mean? So it's like, is he still putting up a fight? So then it's like all those things kind of take place too. So I don't know.
From what I know about the story is that he was kind of creating a ruckus.
And he was yelling, saying like he was thirsty and hungry or something. I know that piece.
So
right?
I guess it was creating a disturbance, but I didn't gather there was a disturbance in that warranted this type of treatment. Now I do know that there's some instances in the past where I think where he assaulted a lady or something like that.
Oh, really?
But yet the people on
they didn't know that. No,
yeah, that's exactly. They would have known that. And so at this point, he was he may be creating a ruckus, but why not just leave and go to a different car or something like that? But
why did you want to be the super saver?
Yeah, and so he was he's an ex-Marine,
right?
Penny's an ex-Marine, and so from my understanding, the hold that he had on this man is some kind of Marine hold that only you should do is to restrain somebody, and it should only be like 8 seconds or something like that.
Okay,
because it's that drastic. So for him to keep him for minutes. I mean, at some point, when it's enough. And so I get the rub for me on this is that it's just another Black life that is getting not getting valued. And when I say that getting valued, of course, the tragedy of them, of how they die and all that kind of stuff is tragic in itself. But then there's no justice. Like, I don't know. Why would the jury be deadlocked on something like this? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, like it wasn't like, especially
for like, these are New York residents as well. So that makes you question it also. Cause it's kind of like, well, you all deal with this on a regular basis. So, like what it is, but I don't know. It's sad also, as usual, but I think also it kind of whitewashes everything that happens, because I feel like as these things continue to happen, where it's like, yes, because some people, of course, there are people who feel like the jury was right. They'll say, oh, well, people always want to throw race into it, and why is this a race thing? But it matters. But then it's like, I feel like that all often gets like tangled together and washed down, like as these things continue to happen, because then people automatically feel like people are saying it's because of race. But it's like, you can't overlook the fact of that. And while we can't say like if the person was not Black, that this would not have happened, but it's unfortunate that it's like a strong feeling that you feel like it probably would have gone a different way. And it's like, people don't want to talk about that. And then that just gets jumbled up, and it's just like, oh, we're just saying it's race, and you don't really care. Like the fact that he's wrong, you're overlooking that he was threatening to people. But it's like, what about it was threatening? Like, seriously.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's my point. Like, he made a ruckus. Now, if he came and he was, aggressively assaulting people or something like that, then okay, I can see but there was a lot of people supportive Penny's behavior, saying that he had to resolve, resolve the situation and stuff like that. But it's really sad. And I guess also, but what makes it even worse is, so when he won the case, then there's a video of him and his lawyer out at a bar, essentially celebrating winning the case and stuff like that. And at no time, I get it, you're happy that you're not going to jail, but at no time should you be celebrating because a life was lost. So it's just, to me, it's just unfortunate.
It is an unfortunate thing. And like you said, the only resolve that his family will potentially get is to try to file a civil suit. But I mean,
and I think that's what they're doing. But they ain't gonna really get no money, I don't think. You know what I'm saying? You spend all that money to try to get some money, to get some, but this was a slap in the face to me. But it's very much so unfortunate. So
it is.
Speaking of court decisions, exactly.
I'm not a bad person. I'm not an evil person.
31-year-old Dioba Redden pleads for leniency before a judge sentences him for this. An attack on District Court Judge Mary Kay Holthus as she sentenced him in January on a charge of attempted battery. Redden running up and jumping over Holthus's bench.
Now, I know that I did not intend to kill Mary Kay Holthus. I know I cared about her well-being.
Holthus and a courtroom marshal both injured in the attack, leading prosecutors to charge Redden with attempted murder. During trial in September, Redden agreed to plead guilty. with the stipulation he's mentally ill.
I saw nothing but red, and I don't remember doing anything except for jumping on top of her and doing this to her robe. I was like, why are you doing this to me? That's what I wanted to ask her.
He made a conscious decision to kill me and made every effort to succeed. If he had his way, he'd be facing a sentence of life without the possibility of parole for murder.
Prosecutors reading a statement from Holthus during Tuesday's sentencing read in crying as his attorney explained his client's years-long battle with schizophrenia.
This is a person that can and would be able to do it given the appropriate help from a psychologist and mental health counselor.
As she handed down her 26 to 65-year sentence, the judge in this case saying this attack was one on all judges.
It was not just retaliation for an attack upon Judge Holthus. It was also an attack on the judiciary.
I thought that was him initially. I wasn't sure, and then yeah. It's hard. Like, I don't know where to start there, because if he is truly diagnosed with schizophrenia, or if he has a history of schizophrenia, then that's another topic. If they have left that out, if that hasn't been explored, that's definitely something to consider in that case. But by all means, he was absolutely wrong for doing that. Like, that was, ridiculous. But I don't know, because I don't remember.
Do you think the punishment fits the crime?
That 26 to 65 years? Yeah. Is that for? So what was his original?
See, I don't remember what he was there for.
And I don't either. So, but they're saying they charged him with attempted murder for that.
That's what the statement that he was that the lawyer was reading.
And that,
so he's getting 26 years for that lady. I mean, I'm not telling anybody whose life is in danger, but what was the bailiff? You know what I'm saying? This man. Never mind. I think he did something.
He was there. No, I think but he was just a little quicker. I mean, But to your point, I feel like he got, because typically they tackle him like right there, but he caught them slip, or he caught them slipping and found a window. But regardless of that,
exactly. But it looked like
I feel like that sentence is absolutely harsh. Like, that's ridiculous. I think, because attempted murder is by no means a legal aficionado, but I feel like it would be like, I don't know, battery or something, or maybe like something like that.
Something. But come on, late. I mean, whoever y'all life wasn't in danger. You know what I'm saying? And then
I'm not gonna say her life wasn't in danger. No.
Listen, but here's the thing, though, Hayward. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
If in fact this young man really does have some mental health issues, my thing is this: throwing him in prison for these is not going to help him.
No, not at all.
And so we're going to overlook the fact that he does have some mental health issues and throw the book at him. I mean, seriously. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Let's, hypothetically speaking, her life was in danger. Okay. I get it. I get it. But what about him? Where's he going to get his help? Where's he going to get rehabilitated? Because now you're putting him in a situation where he's going to have to do that or much worse to survive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And see, I don't know how they treat like people with mental health issues that are in prison. Like, I don't know if they have things set up or you know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like if he doesn't already have that in place, like, are they really gonna get that going? You know what I mean? So that's tough there, because I think I don't know. I don't want to speak out of turn. I just don't understand. I don't think the proper care is always taken with people who have mental health issues. Just period. Like,
because based on the previous story, that Jordan Neely had some mental health issues. Like,
right, that's what they were saying, right?
Like his mom, at 14, he witnessed his mom getting murdered and like cut up in pieces and put into some luggage. Do you know what I'm saying? That's some stuff that's gonna stick with you. Yeah. I don't know. I just think it should have been something better put in place to a better punishment for him.
Yeah, I agree.
Years seems like
no, I absolutely agree. But also, with the caveat that he actually does have schizophrenia. Because I mean, I don't know if this is his judge just stating that, like if this was known like up front, like you know what I mean. I don't know if this is something they're pulling out, you know. So
and that's true. He could be trying to pull this out at the final hour, you know, try to get some kind of leniency. Which because when you listen to his story a little bit, or he's starting like I blacked out, and all I was saying is, "Why are you doing this to me?" But sir, you know, you just did your WWE move, and you know that kind of stuff. So you know. Granted, I don't think he's going to be doing that anymore because he looked like he might have put on a few pounds since he's been in this holding state. But
shut up, please, thank you.
nonetheless, my prayers are with him and you know, and those who were injured, because I do now. I think back the bailiff and the judge were injured in his leap.
Man,
but
his leap. He missed his calling though, because that like to get up there and leap over, like he cleared the little bitch, and that's not a that's
exactly what
like,
they do is, you know, sends him to train for the Olympics.
Let's do that, like make him a high jumper. What is it, pole vaulter? Like
pole vault. There it is. If they showed him to do that, he ain't gonna want to do it. So then here we are. Here we are. Yeah, my God. All right.
Aaron, police say Robert Giles brought the victim here, then told her to call her boyfriend on the phone and so he could listen in on the sexual assault. Well, the victim called 911 and the dispatcher who answered pretended to be her boyfriend. People are applauding a sexual assault victim's decision to trick her attacker and call 911 during the assault. That led to the arrest of 27-year-old Robert Giles, who police say was still attacking the victim when they arrived. Clayton County Police say Giles kidnapped the victim from Hapeville. Officers say he brought her behind an adult entertainment store near Jonesboro, where he began to sexually assault her in his car.
And have him on the phone while he was doing this.
Sick-minded, very sick. Just very sick-minded, anyone to do that.
The victim instead called 911 and pretended the dispatcher was her boyfriend. The dispatcher played along. He tried to get the attacker to stop and also sent police. Officers quickly arrived and arrested Giles. Police say 911 recorded the attack and it's too graphic to share.
Now listen.
I'm tired.
I find it hard to believe.
Look, what you find hard to believe?
I find hard to believe that it was a young lady that he was trying to assault.
Now, I didn't want to say it because I wanted to be respectful of the rape.
Listen,
but however, he wanted the boyfriend to hear and show up.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me. Listen, where he's about to go, he's gonna get all the attention he's been wanting, because. But I'm like,
I was confused at that too.
I'm like, you got something to say, mommy? You got something to say? I'm like,
judging by the cut of his brow.
You know what I'm saying?
You're judging by the cut of his brow. I didn't
exactly. He might want to roughen it up a little bit before he gets sentenced, because it's gonna be some dark days for him, darker days for him.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
But yeah, that's unfortunate. But I thought that was very smart on her part.
That was extremely smart.
Very smart on her part. I don't know if I would have thought to do that.
And he's dumb. Like clearly, he's dumb.
Yeah. But you know
what I mean? Because just send them all away. Just send everybody away. They're dumb. Like this. Yeah, they're just dumb. I mean, if you want to be a criminal, like do better, please. If that's what you want to do, if that's what you choose to do with your life.
Man, that is it.
But I was definitely
he should have requested one of those things. You know how when the people be in court and they put that thing over their face?
Oh yeah,
that little black square. So if you want to know, because man, you can't. What was he trying? What was he really trying to do?
Right.
I want to see her. Not to not, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. And he like 2 pounds. Who are you holding that? Like
exactly. I ain't trying to victim shame by no means, but I'm listening. Sis, I feel like you could have took him. I feel like you could have. I feel like you could have took him. So yeah. It's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate.
Lord. So we're gonna round off these set of clips with a little. I'll just play it. Never mind.
Okay.
Me and Charles have started accepting bookings, club appearances. Well, that's booking. I'm just gonna say we done start accepting bookings now. Start off 2025. We are trying to see, do anyone want, is trying to book us for a New Year's Eve party or New Year's. We available on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. We don't have anything planned. We really don't never do nothing New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. We just stay in the house, and sometimes we make it to 12 o'clock and sometimes we don't. And so we just trying to see if anybody want to book us for New Year's Day or New Year's Eve. I put up flyers everywhere on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. That's it. Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. We put up the flyers. You can contact us by email. Not contact me, because that don't be me talking to y'all. I know the person that checks my emails and stuff, she's like, honey. She's like, people be trying to book you. And then when I ask them their prices or something like that, she said they'll come back and they're like, no, that's why you ugly or something. They be just coming over crazy stuff. And she's like, do them folks know that they're not talking to you? They talking to me? I was like, I don't know, but I let y'all know, if y'all go in the email and y'all talking crazy, y'all will not be talking to me. Y'all will be talking to the person that do my check my bookings and stuff. So it won't be personally me. So y'all can't. Then if somebody she calls y'all, it won't be me either, because she got a telephone number there at the bottom too. To contact her and call her as well too. That's her second line. She barely ever uses it. So when that phone rings, it only rings for my bookings.
Well, Hayward, if you don't have anything going on for New Year's, you want to
Why are
book,
you doing this? You want to book Netta and
Charles. Listen,
but what they being booked for?
They celebrities.
I mean, but what they coming to do?
They're gonna come in and they just gonna. She got that song, Charles, your lunch is ready. Yeah.
Oh, it's a song.
Yeah, she got a whole little song.
Okay, I didn't know. Okay.
She gonna. And then everybody, everybody would love to spend a little time with them. Obviously, well, no, obviously not, because here's the thing.
Seems like they kind of faded from the spotlight, huh?
Yeah, they should show up on my timeline quite often. Now I don't see them.
They never showed up on mine. Praise God.
Well, yes, but she's what did she say? They don't have anything to do on New Year's Eve. So obviously you ain't that hot. And who is on here begging, ma'am? It is December. If they were gonna book you for a booking or a party, or you'd have been booked by now. Talking about somebody need to book. Ain't nobody's trying to book you, ma'am, at the final hour. Oh my God, today. What? Oh
my God, this is unfortunate.
It's stupidity. I mean, girl, you sitting there, y'all realize y'all need a few dollars in your pocket now. You say, oh, if anybody want to book us, this and the third.
They didn't have a good accountant. They didn't monetize or take advantage of their moment.
Obviously. And then you sitting there talking about you got somebody to look and read your, ma'am, you seem like you got all the time in the world. So why are you sitting here to need somebody to read these emails? Ain't nobody, don't seem like they. I feel like, I think that's what it is too. Because she had a hard time saying it, like people calling, asking for their prices. No, ma'am, when somebody's calling you for booking, they need to know your prices. You need to ask them what their price is. They price to keep you away from there. But I love, I watch T.S. Madison and Craig, and I love. They be reading into, well, not so much Natty, but Craig be reading into them. He calls them the icons. And I see, maybe their icon status has
dwindled
a great deal.
It's sold out.
A great deal. So I hope they have another plan in place, and I hope they have.
I hope so too. I hope they didn't bet the farm on whatever that was, or
well, they had a good run. You think? Yeah, they had a good run.
Basically, what this year? Was it mainly this year, or has it been longer than that?
Yeah, it's been mainly this year.
Okay,
it's been mainly this year. Where is you going? It's been mainly this year. But yeah.
Welcome back, Remy.
It's been mainly this year, but they ain't nobody booking them, nobody at all.
Well, I wish them all the best.
Mm-hmm. What you think? What you think, mommy?
That's how I feel too. That's exactly how I feel. Actually,
a woman, a few words, but but yeah, she might as well hang it up. But and I, in all joking aside, I really hope that they didn't go into this thinking they had any longevity, because clearly it was a gimmick. They yeah, I'll leave it at that. They're a gimmick, and I hope that they forget having somebody read your emails. I hope she was smart enough to have some type of accountant. But see, those are the kind of people that accountants and stuff like that take advantage of. So
yeah,
because they look at them as not really being, business savvy and everything like that. So like, oh, okay, I see a little. Anyway, I hope she put a few them dollars away, and
a couple of them sounds like they're running low. So
very low. But we'll see. We'll see. My prayers up to them. Ain't that right, Ram? Prayers up to them. But anyway, so we know we got the new year coming.
We do. Right around the corner.
Yeah. And so, a lot of times around the new year, we all make those New Year's resolutions. A lot of times we may say things we're not going to keep, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, stuff like that. So, but with New Year's become like new like growth and new changes, stuff like that. So
yeah,
one of the things that I have been wondering, and it's really something I have asked myself, and so I'll pose the question to you as well. It's, how do you feel about how you show up in the world?
This is a question near and dear to my heart. So just, I don't know. I haven't really sat and fully thought about how I show up in the world. Or I'll take that back. More recently, I've thought about it a little bit more, or just seeing changes within myself and making strides to really pay attention to the relationships in my life. And because I think over the course of however many years, I feel like I've gotten comfortable in a lot of those relationships and have kind of made them this is what they are based on how they've been. And I can't operate in that space because you change over the course of, however many years, especially for me. I have a lot outside of family. I have a lot of actual friendships that are 20 and 30 years. So it's kind of I can't treat them the same way that I did 15, 20 years ago, so because it's we all go through different situations and seasons and such. So long story short, I basically just want to be more purposeful in how I relate to other people, and just making sure that I show care to them and really also assess the space that they hold in my life. So I think that adds on to just how I show up, because I try to be as authentic as possible and try not to make something seem like something that is not, essentially. I won't play it, because I was a people pleaser. I talked about this recently with Tony, and just kind of tell him how I operated as a people pleaser. So it's recognizing that I did that and knowing that was more harmful to me than it was helping, or my feeling of helping somebody else. So just trying to stray away from that and really recognize my needs, what I need in a healthy relationship, and being able to express that to others, while also just trying to be a light. I'm still I think just at the core, I think I'm I don't want to say fun person, but just a lighthearted person. So, I want people to be happy. I want, me to feel like I'm bringing that to other people, and not in a way I'm doing all these things for all these other people, but just I'm here if you need whatever. And
yeah. I think sometimes the downfall too, like you said, being a people pleaser, I have been a people pleaser myself, and the downfall to that is what you hit the nail on the head, is that you feel like you're doing good, and in reality you come up short. And then in those moments, a lot of times you feel like you are the one, it's selfish to put yourself first, or not, or you've been inauthentic if you don't do the role of a people pleaser. But in reality, you really are kind of selling yourself short in doing so, because then you look back, and it's not to say it is not there's not an appreciation on the end of those that you are pleasing, so to speak, for lack of better words. But at some point you have to realize what's greater, your peace, your sanity in certain cases, or pleasing or being a people pleaser. And I too empathize with that, because I'm like, it's at some point it's enough. And yeah, so I won't go off on a tangent, but yeah,
I know I felt like I was doing that too. So
yeah. And I think one other thing that you said, I wrote it down just so I remember, is about assessing like the people in your life and just things in your life and stuff like that. And I don't think that we do enough of that. Sometimes we get caught up in just the general flow of things, or how things have been, and we get so comfortable, and that's how it's been, and just truck along. And so you really don't take the time to assess, like, do some changes to be made. One of the things that have come up for me more so recently is like, well, when you grow, what happens to those who don't grow with you? Or what does growth look like to them? Because some people feel like when you grow, that kind of
you're changing, you're different, and now I might not, But then on the flip side, you also have people that are very supportive. So, and that's why I like the Instagram post that you posted, I think maybe last week, with the woman talking about like how when you grow into a new season, a new space, she gives, she presents like her new self to the people, and then give them the opportunity to decide whether or not they want to hold space to have her in their lives as well. Like, it's a two-way thing. So, and I think that's the best way. Like, you can't, like, you accept it, fine, that's great. You don't accept it, that's great too. No, it's no, and I think that's the fear and the misconception I think that people have oftentimes, is like, if there is some sort of like rift, it just has a negative connotation, but like if there's some change in a friendship dynamic that is not the way that it used to look, then people automatically think that it's something negative or something bad happened. But that's not always the case. Like, we can still exist, and I still wish you well. Like, we just don't hold the same space in each other's lives anymore, and that's okay. Like,
but it's hard for some to accept.
It's hard for people to accept that, and that's what causes the anger and the resentment and like all the stuff. And it's like, you be over here happy, and I'm sorry you mad, but I'm not mad. Like, why are you upset?
I think sometimes what I found is sometimes people don't mind you growing, but the issue with it is I don't mind you growing, just as long as your growth don't impact me.
Like, in what?
So like some relationships, so like people want that same access to you. They want that same they want things to be how they've always been, and not fully understanding, like, as you do grow, things change. Sometimes your interests change, sometimes your outlook on things change, and so I can't no longer be that. Oh Lord.
Is that Riley?
That's Riley. He probably wonder where Remy is, but girl, he's okay. It's so funny to me how they fight. They fight. Yeah, but then like she going crazy to get down there to see if he okay. but yeah, it's just always been interesting to me that and not. I see I have a more clearer picture now in my current life. It's just like, you can't expect. I applaud people when they grow, when they get in their stride and stuff like that. Yeah. It's just always interesting to me how some people are not, yeah, you can grow. I want to, I support you. But the minute that, you are not as accessible, then it's like, oh, well, what's the problem? Oh, is there something wrong? And so it's just I just find that very interesting. But
yeah, no, I
it
agree.
is what it is. And so I said all that to say one of the things I have been doing a lot of assessing of how I show up in the world. But not just so much, and I've been focusing more on how I show up in the world for myself. Because I felt like for 40 some years of my life, I've focused on how I show up in the world for other people. And so, and then put myself, second, third, fourth, fifth, maybe, and so that's what I'm working on now is how do I show up in the world for myself? Because I think I need to, show myself that I'm just as important.
Yeah, you don't have to prove that. It's just as important, if not more important than the former, because you have to live with yourself, and you ultimately, after everything's said and done, you want to be happy with the person that you are. And I think, and that's fair. I feel like I have a piece of that as well, because you really don't think about, I know I didn't think about how natural it was to want to make it good for everybody else. But, and like you said, put yourself at the bottom, like, and not really, so yeah, it's a different feel. Like, just, it just feels good to be in the space of knowing like what you want and being confident in saying like no, I'm good on that. Like, and it's okay. Like, but go ahead.
That's the piece right there,
There's
though.
power in that. Yeah. There's a lot of power in that.
Yeah. So it's all very interesting to me. I guess more interesting because it's new.
Yeah.
Yes, it's uncharted territory right now. So we'll see how it all pans out, because in the new year, I don't really want to do New Year's resolutions. I really want to just I just want to be, honestly. I think I said this, you weren't here last week, but that's what I said last week, is that's what one of my biggest things for the new year is. It's not a resolution. It's just more of a manifestation, as we spoke of earlier. I just want to learn how to just be. Be comfortable in just being and living in the moments and enjoying the moments, and not stressing as much, not worrying as much, and just be.
I love that. I love that, because that is important. Because I think I agree. I'm excited about the new year. I am.
Yeah. What excites you?
Just the new, like, almost like a rebirth. I talked about this in another therapy session, and just feeling like almost like I have a new chapter of living, or a new section in the book, I guess, if you will, or even like just starting from a place of newness and just having that excitement and that zeal for life, like, and just wanting to do things like because you want to do them, and because you've made the choice that this is what you feel makes you happy. So I'm going to go for that and not worry about X or Y or Z or anything. So
yeah, because you find out that sometimes you do a lot of things out of obligation.
Yes. Yes. Many things.
And that's one of the things that I want to change too going forward, is not to do things out of obligation. Do it, because I firmly believe that if you do something, you should do it because you want to do it. And so that's
a good topic, actually, because I feel
let me write that down.
Yeah, because often, there are a lot of things that we do for obligation that people aren't ready to have the conversation of, or people aren't ready to receive you not doing something, and they're like,
definitely. Definitely. And that kind of goes to that point about growth, about change, because then, naturally, Marcus, he said something, and at first when he said it to me, it was like, really? But he said that his outlook on a lot of relationships is that they're transactional. And when he first said that to me, I was like, what do you mean? But the more I live, I guess, the more I kind of think back to it, this experience and stuff like that, I'm like, I guess you're right. In a sense, it is transactional.
Yeah.
But in that being transactional, that creates that atmosphere of obligation in certain areas, because then people feel like, well, I did this, you need to follow through on this type of situation. And so I just want people to be able to do, if you don't want to do something, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? And be comfortable in doing that. And then me on the other end of that have to be able to say, you know what, you don't have to, and not feel a way about it. Just be, because that's all that kind of goes back to, setting boundaries and living within those boundaries. Again, that goes with growth and stuff like that. And people aren't always willing to accept boundaries. And I've always admired people with that set boundaries and operate within them. I've always admired that, because I'm like, why can I never do that? I'm always, I don't want to do this. I don't want, but then, or think about, in my mind, I want to set these boundaries, but then I find some way to waver a little bit. So I've always admired.
It's hard because a lot comes with that though. For people who are hardcore boundary setters, like they're just like, on the other side, it's a lot to that you have to deal with.
That's true. So I guess it could be a double-edged sword. But we'll see. So it is exciting to see what the new year holds and everything like that.
Yeah. Hopefully, I get to see your shining face before the end of the year.
I'll see you on Saturday, Sunshine.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Sorry.
I'll see you on Saturday. Are you going to the ceremony?
No, I will not be at the ceremony.
Oh.
Will you be at the ceremony?
I'll be there at the ceremony.
Bless you.
I'll be there.
Well, you're a little closer than we are. So
to where? To the location?
Yeah. To Denton.
I feel like we all about the same distance, but it's okay.
Are we the same distance and y'all farther north?
I don't know my directions that well. Nonetheless. But no, but I'll see you guys. I'll be seeing you guys on
Saturday.
On Saturday evening,
Saturday evening, yes, absolutely.
And then you'll go into then it's really full-fledged into the Christmas season, because then next week I'm sure you guys will be south of France or
Greece, because
Greece or somewhere like that. We'll be pitching our tent at the what's that little the KOA campgrounds that you see sometimes on the side of the road.
I will be right here in this.
You're not going home for Christmas?
Huh?
You're not going home for the holidays?
I just went home for Thanksgiving.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Obligations. We just talked about them.
There you have it. Oh, so okay. Well, okay. Well, are they expecting you to come back for Christmas holiday?
They are not. It has been expressed explicitly.
Oh, listen. Okay, I came for Thanksgiving. I won't be back.
Because I wasn't going for Thanksgiving either.
Well, there you have it. But see, so that listen, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there.
Until next time.
Ain't that it? Oh, let me see. I felt like I had an uplift in my spirit. But it kind of goes along with some of the things we were talking about. So my uplift, I had two of them.
Just give us one. Say one for next week.
Next week I'll be in a different mood. Speaking of which, are you gonna be on next week?
I'm not sure yet.
I didn't get that call.
I know I haven't accepted yet because I'm undecided. So
you booked? Oh, what's the?
I mean, I'm
booked in. You booked in busy.
We'll talk offline.
Oh. Okay. I get it. Listen, Shantae's coming. Right, so here it is. Protect your peace at all costs. A chaotic mind cannot create a meaningful life. Prioritize what brings you calm over what brings you conflict.
Absolutely. 1000%.
There you have it. And there you have it. So listen here. Well, I don't know. I was going to say something slick, but now I can't.
See.
Listen, so it must not have been important. I'll let it be what it is.
That's the Lord talking to
you. The company left me. The first first cry of her little brother. She said, "I got to go," so she's out of here.
I have my little camera time, and I'm good.
Listen. Yes, she's the star of the family.
I don't know.
Maybe Riley. I don't know.
I feel like that's you.
No. I'm behind the scenes. That's what I listen.
Okay.
So y'all be here for Christmas, and then y'all will be.
I will be here. Tony is going on a family vacation,
and then you guys are going on a trip for New Year's.
Then we're going south, farther south. Yeah.
What? Was that south? Was that southwest?
Jesus.
Southeast?
Southeast. Very good. Southeast. Yeah, southeast.
Boom. See, don't count me out.
Right. Pull out that trusty map.
Ain't that it? Anyway, thank you for joining me this evening, sir.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Off Topic Podcast on Instagram as well as YouTube. And everybody have a great night.
That's a wrap. See y'all later.
Bye.